All righty. I see folks joining. Thanks so much for joining us today. I'm going to go ahead and get us started because we like to keep it on time here. And the whole point is to have a quick and easy insight into the product. So my name is Hannah Jarrett. I am the Director of Product Marketing here at Elastic Path. Thank you so much for joining our latest All Demo No Pitch. Today, we're going to be talking about a pre-composed solution for subscriptions. This is a series though. So if you do want to check out other All Demo No Pitches, no slides, a little spiel from me and a lot of demo, you can find those all on our website. A few housekeeping things. This session is being recorded, as you likely can see. We're going to send it out after, and you can feel free to share that with anyone on your team. You are muted so that we can just move through quickly. Please use the Q&A at the bottom right to ask any questions throughout the session. We do have time at the end to get to any questions. If we can't get to yours for some reason, we'll shoot you an email after because we have your contact information. All right, cool. So now on to the good stuff. To set this up a little bit, we know that subscriptions are booming at Elastic Path. So many of our prospects and customers are curious about subscriptions. According to some latest data in 2021, subscription sales are supposed to be around 28 billion, up more than 10 billion in just 2 years. Obviously, the pandemic contributed to that, but people are just getting more comfortable using subscriptions for a lot of things in their daily lives. And for brands, it's predictable revenue. It's an easy way to kind of bank on keeping customers. But we find, and I think our friends at Pixie Labs, who you'll meet in a moment, find as well that sometimes those out-of-the-box subscription services are not set up to meet the needs of brands who want to be able to customize their subscription choices, give their customers a lot of flexibility with what they purchase, when they purchase, how they package it up, the frequency, etc. Oftentimes those subscription management services require a lot of customization. And in the end, if you're not providing a quality experience to your customers, you're going to have high churn. And then that kind of defeats the purpose of that predictable revenue. That's why we partnered with Pixie Labs to create this pre-composed solution for subscriptions. This solution allows for B2B, B2C, and D2C brands to quickly create and customize unique subscription services for their customers. And you'll see here that Pixie Labs has done a great job of pre-integrating Elastic Path Commerce Cloud, some great kind of third-party solutions necessary to execute subscriptions, and kind of all your core other customizations to support a subscription business. So it's de-risked for you. You can get up and running quickly. All right, so today we're going to see the power of this solution in action. I'd like to introduce Philip Oliver, who is the Managing Director at Pixie Labs, who will be giving our demo. So I'll turn it over to you, Philip, and let's show the people.
Amazing. Wonderful introduction. Thank you very much, Hannah. So as Hannah mentioned, I'm the Managing Director at Pixie Labs, and I divide my time between working with clients and basically taking what I learned from working with them to set the vision for the solution that you're going to see now. And before we get started, just thank you everyone who's joined. I'm going to share my screen. So let's just find the right screen. Oh, we've run into a challenge. There we go. Excellent. Right. Let's start there. Okay, so our pre-composed solution is something that you have to sort of think about as a rapid starter kit. It's a piece of technology that we built that works alongside Elastic Path to help you get highly differentiated subscription services to market quickly and manage that service in a way that both complements and optimizes your business processes. Building upon it gives you unlimited flexibility, and it's sort of really where our product team starts from when they deploy a pre-composed solution for a new subscription service. We see it as core tooling, really, for building best-in-class subscription services. So the demo that I'm going to run you through is for a fictional coffee roaster that roasts and sells coffee beans and also leases espresso machines to their customers. And the demo combines selling the consumable coffee beans and leasing the equipment into a single subscription. In terms of the architecture of our solution, it's deployed as a Ruby on Rails application with APIs to communicate with Elastic Path, and a bespoke front-end store, which would typically be built in Next.js and Tailwind, which is great for SEO, uses a mobile-first approach, and is lightning fast. So that all results in a great customer experience as well. So here we have an example of what our coffee roasters subscription platform can look like. Just to set the scene a little bit. So their customers would be mainly other businesses that want to offer, say, cafe quality coffee to their employees in their workplace kitchens. So they're looking for a solution where they can subscribe to the coffee beans and also get the equipment to make those coffees and stock those kitchens. So we have a simple landing page, and because it's all headless, this can of course be designed to match brand and marketing, customer and business requirements. And from here, we'll just quickly navigate to the products page to sort of give you an idea of what this store sells. So all the products that you can see here, so these are all stored in Elastic Path's product content management system, or PCM for short. Now that means that it's super easy to manage and update these products, and changes are instantly reflected in the front end when you make those changes in PCM and then just refresh the front end. So just to show you how that works, we can see that one of these coffee products, so we've got 4 coffee products, and then we've got 3 espresso machines. One of them looks like the weight on it's wrong. So we're going to quickly jump into Elastic Path, and to go and fix that. So for those of you who aren't familiar with Elastic Path's PCM, the product content management system, it's essentially a central location to import, enrich, and organize all your product data, so that it can meet your specific catalog requirements and business use cases. We're going to take a quick look at the product section, which we're on already here. And here you can see all the products listed that we just saw on the subscription platform. So everything on this products page here. For us, that's, you can see it's three different machine hires or espresso machine leases at the bottom. We have 4 product coffee bean products as well, and we've got a draft product, which we'll come back to a little bit later. But so this is the one that we wanted to update. Sorry, let me just refresh that. That's the one there. That was the one where we wanted to update the weight just a little bit. So I'm going to save and exit that. And I'm going to republish the catalogs that these belong to. The catalogs sort of organize things in the front end. We'll get into that in a minute as well, but just wanted to show you first how quick and easy it is making changes that is reflected in the front end. So if we now go and refresh our page here, we'll see instantly updated. So it's just a really simple way of managing products in the front end, combining our solution and the PCM in the background. Right, so if we go back to the homepage here before we start building our subscription. So on the products page, we saw it's a mixture of espresso machines and coffee bean products. And once we start building the subscription there's a sort of little wizard that we're going to use. Different steps will focus on the 2 different product types, the espresso machines and beans, as we create that subscription. The user journey in this demo was specifically designed around sort of the imagined needs and requirements of our fictional coffee roaster and their customers. Now, you've probably seen quite a few subscription services around the web, which have these sort of bespoke guided sign-up wizards. It's a really fantastic way and a great way to sort of enhance customer acquisition. But of course, the steps to build a subscription will vary from business to business. And that's especially true if you're trying to do something that differentiates your customer experience from your competitors. For example, one of our most successful customers, Blink Cats, they offer a cat food subscription that has a wizard that's sort of like built around collecting cat details and making it quite fun. And that allows them to recommend specific food depending on sort of some of the answers that you gave along the way. It also allows them to send personalized promotions and all kinds of things like that. But let's crack on here. So I'm going to set up an account first. And this is where my on-the-fly typing skills are going to get tested. Always find just a dummy email address there. Right, just to set up an account so we can get going. The first step in setting up this subscription is selecting which espresso machine you want to lease. Now we've got three options here. It's sort of like a single grip, a double grip, and a three grip, a small, medium, and large, essentially. Espresso machine. We saw that all three of these machines, they were on the products page as well, and we also saw them in PCM. So in this example, I mentioned, you'll see that we're building one subscription with two different product types. We've got the equipment lease that we start with, but then there's also the consumables. So machine and beans, and this works well combining these two things in one subscription if the renewal period for both products are the same. This demo was set up so that it runs on a 30-day sort of like rollover period. But we could have just as easily set this up as running two subscriptions in parallel, and that might have been a good option where you had different renewal periods. For example, maybe it's quarterly for the coffee machines, and maybe it's bi-weekly or weekly for deliveries of the consumables for the beans. We're going to start this customer out on the single grip espresso machine, and then we're going to go over to the next one. So in this step, you select the coffee bean bundle size. For example, small, which is 4 bags, medium, which is 8 bags, or large, which is 16 bags. The size of these bundles are completely custom and can be based on your business requirements. We see that typically these are driven by a mixture of customer purchasing patterns and or your business needs. So for example, Blink that I just mentioned, the cat food subscription service, their bundle sizes are primarily driven by optimizing for their shipping costs. So they figured out what boxes are cheapest to ship and how many bags of cat food can go in a box. And so they've kind of built it around that to optimize their shipping costs. We're going to start this customer on a small bundle size as well. So then going over to the next one, this is where you can then fill that bundle. So we said 4 bags of coffee, and so step 3 lets the customer choose exactly which coffee beans they want in their bundle. They have complete flexibility here. They can have all one type, they can have one of each, they can have an equal split, it's completely up to them. And this was for many businesses, this is one of the key considerations when they evaluate which technology options to build subscription services with. Blink, again, as an example, their customer research showed them that providing this level of flexibility to their customers would very much set them apart from their competitors, which is why they ultimately went for a headless solution, Elastic Path, with our pre-composed solution of building subscriptions on top of that. And ultimately, that they sort of felt that is the thing that's going to best let them meet their customers where and how they wanted to purchase cat food. Which ultimately results in more engaged and happy customers. So the one thing to note here is that because we said a small bundle size 4 in the previous step, you have to select 4 before you can continue. So let's do that. Something else to note here, we selected a small bundle. Unit price per coffee is £13 a bag. We'll come back to that, why that's important, but just take note of that. So going on to the next bit here then, step 4 lets customers review their subscription before they check out. They can also add a promo code here if they have one. Now we have chosen to put the promo code on this page, but of course, because all of this is completely configurable, it would have been possible to put the promo code at the start of the wizard or during payment as well, wherever it makes most sense for your business. It's worth sort of like pausing on subscription promotions specifically as well for just a minute. over and above the most common types of e-commerce promotion variables, like setting sort of the expiry date on promo codes or setting the maximum number of redemptions, there are some other approaches that are particularly effective when it comes to subscriptions, such as setting where a fixed amount is given off a specific number of consecutive orders. For example, say £5 off your first 3 orders to sort of encourage that cadence of order, or a specific amount of a specific order. So say £10 off your 5th order or your 3rd order, to sort of encourage people getting to that number of orders. Or something like a specific amount of a specific bundle size, say £15 of your next large bundle order. And that's, of course, very useful when you're trying to upgrade people to larger bundle sizes, because that might actually make more sense for your business from a shipping perspective. Now, in this example, we have set up a promo code, just a Black Friday 3, which will give us £5 off the next 3 orders. So if we hit forward, we'll see promo code applied, £5 off the next 3 orders. Now, to keep things simple, we're only asking for one address in this demo, but again, it's all completely customizable. One of our other clients, they have a field for shipping address, a field for billing address, fields for detailed billing instructions. I mentioned Blink collect a whole lot of other information during the sign-up process as well, specifically cat date of birth and cat names. And they use that data in the sign-up process as well to automate suggesting a specific type of trial to the customer. So either a kitten food trial or an adult cat food trial. And they also use some of that additional data that you can collect then and sort of to do live stage marketing through a Klaviyo integration that lets them send campaigns around cat birthdays and age and all that kind of stuff. So I'm just gonna quickly get through this as well here. There we go. And then the last step here is payment. Something to be said for subscription payments as well. Like especially one of the key considerations for subscriptions that has a physical goods element to it is how you deal with failed payments. It doesn't matter so much if you think about it for digital subscriptions, as you can just try to process payment again. And if it fails again, you can decide maybe you want to try 3 times before you give up. And then all you need to do is sort of like restrict the customer's access to whatever content they have or to the app that they use. But with physical goods, you might actually want to build in an exception process and stop shipping on orders where payment has failed, kick that into a process with your customer service where they can contact the customer. And so that's all configurable in a way that makes sense for your business as well with our solution. Typically, we will deploy our pre-composed solution using Stripe payments, but it's also possible to integrate other payment providers as well. Right, if we just get through there, great. And that's it. So we've successfully created a subscription for this new customer. That's just the thank you page that shows you what you get each time it renews. Transactional emails are sent using a postmark integration, but again, and these can be tailored to your needs, but we can also use other services as well. And I mentioned earlier that we typically integrate with Klaviyo for automated marketing, but again, it's worth mentioning that it's also possible to integrate with other marketing automation platforms as well. So if we go to the account page, right, this is where customers can see their past orders, their subscription details, and when their next order ships. Now, this may look like we've just done a single purchase, but it's worth pausing on the next ship date up here. So next ship date up here, we'll see it's 30 days out. So it's 13th of January next year. And that is when our pre-composed solution is going to trigger another order and include in that order the contents of the subscription that they're currently on here. We can also see to the right here, we can see past orders, just some very basic details included, including that discount we saw there. So the yeah, there we go. The total was 202 minus the £5 discount gives us 97 for their first order. In this demo, we've enabled the ability to amend shipping dates, just as a quick show of how that works. Of course, it may not always be appropriate for your business's workflow to allow that kind of thing. It all really depends on the products and services that you offer and that your customers can subscribe to. But I'll quickly show you how that works. So it's as simple as just selecting the next ship date. Let's say we want to push it out by a week, choosing a new date, hitting save. Now we can see the next order ships on the 20th of January. So that's just a really easy way for your customers to bring orders forward and push them back as well. So on the 20th of January, whatever the current makeup of their subscription is what they will what they'll be receiving. So from here, we can see at the bottom here, customers can also amend their subscription. So let's say, a few months in, coffee consumption is up in the office, and the customer needs a bigger espresso machine, and they also need more bags of beans to keep up with demand. They can do this by clicking on the amend subscription button to go through this, the subscription builder wizard again. But now let's also say that perhaps the coffee roaster, the vendor, wants to add a new coffee bean product, but also maybe update their pricing. This can easily be done in Elastic Path's dashboard. So I'm going to hop over there again. We can do that now. So the first thing we want to do is head to products again. And from here, we can add a new product. But luckily, I have this half-baked draft product that I've added here before, just to save us a bit of time. So clicking into that, the minimum stuff that we need here to continue is we need a product name, we need a slug, a SKU number. It's a physical product. So we're just going to say next. Nothing need to do there. And this is where it gets quite interesting. We need to add pricing. Now, pricing for products is managed in price books in Elastic Path's PCM. And it gives you an incredible amount of flexibility when it comes to how pricing is presented to your customer. You can have multiple price books. You can, you can use it for all kinds of different things. For example, you could use it to give volume discount, or you could have loyalty pricing for your favorite or longer standing customers, or all sorts of other configurations that best serves your customers and really makes it easier to sell to your customers. So in order to get this new light espresso roast live and into the system, I've got to set up a few price books here. So let's just do that quickly. So you can probably see where this is going already. We have a basic Yuga pricing, but then we also have a small pricing. So if you choose a small bundle, we have a unit price. If you choose a medium bundle, you get a slightly lower unit price. And if you choose a large bundle, you get an even better price. Let's see, next. We've got an image, great, that's all done. Then the other thing that we need to do is we also need to go look at the configurations. So the different steps in that subscription builder bundle that we looked at, it looks at the hierarchies that we've set up to understand which products to show on which steps. So here it's got all the coffee. We're going to add the wild espresso. No, sorry, the light espresso, wasn't it? It's the one that isn't there. Forgive me. I have to set this live as well. Save and exit. Right,
just
let's
about
back
to,
there.
Ted, I was just about to catch you there, but you spotted it already.
Thanks, David. Here we go. So light espresso, yep, that's there now, brilliant. And then the last thing we have to do is we have to publish these catalogs again so that the front-end store knows what up-to-date pricing to use, because I've added some different pricing. So publish, and the last one for the large bundles as well. All right, so we now head back here. So we're in our account here. I'm going to hit amend subscription. So we said coffee consumption is up. we're going to give them a large machine this time. We're going to give them a large bundle as well. And we can see a few different things now. We can see the pricing is automatically updated to a lower unit price of £9 per bag because they're on a different bundle size. And we can also see we've just added another product. Yeah, as easy as that. Few clicks, no dev intervention, and it's all done. So let's just add a few products here, up to 16. We're going to hit next. We're going to review the subscription. All still looks fine. And that is it. So here we can now see we've gone from the small machine to the large machine. We've got the large bundle. We've got different beans in that bundle, different to what we had the first time around. And of course, this is only going to get triggered the next time this new ship date rolls around, when that subscription is renewed. And you'll still get your promotion applied as the second order then. Now, we are also just quickly going to head back to Elastic Path here. I'm just going to show you the orders page here. So this is the order that I've just created, that first one, before I updated the subscription. So you remember there was 4 bags of coffee, so three of these and one of these, and a small machine. And this is sort of like, you know, here you can see the customer we've registered, and the next time an order is processed, it'll appear here as well. And you can manage all sort of your orders and fulfillment and things from here. But if your business has additional requirements, Elastic Path also makes it really easy to extend this functionality. And just to give you an example, for Blink, we added a whole bunch of tools to help them run a much more efficient pick, pack, ship workflow in their warehouse. It included functionality to, you know, everything from bulk printing, packing slips and personalized materials to place in orders, a system for managing free gifts they want to add, some bespoke analytics that made sense for them, managing default box content, and even predicting SKU volume, which feeds into their production of cat food. Ultimately, each subscription business is going to be different. So this demo is really the simplest example to highlight some of the key considerations and common patterns. But our pre-composed solution is fully flexible, and so can be deployed to match your exact business requirements. And then ultimately, what's great about it is can be updated as your business requirements evolve and your business grows as well. And that's it for the demo. I look forward to hearing what questions you may have.
Awesome, Phil. Thank you so much. That was fantastic. I think you showed a lot throughout that. So we are tight on time, but I do see a few questions here that we can run through quickly. Can you mix other types of products? I think that might just be in reference to like what types of subscription products can we include here? We hear about digital, physical. How's it work?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's really driven by your business needs. So you can mix all kinds of different products. Here we had, you know, leasing of equipment and consumable products as well, but you could just as easily have an element where someone gets access to, let's say, like barista training, for example, access to a training platform, or maybe you want an engineer to come out and service your machines as well. So you can sort of like really decide what makes most sense for your customers and allow them to build subscriptions in that way as well.
Got it. Makes sense. Another one we have here is, do you have to use Elastic Path to use this solution? So I can answer that. As you saw in the demo, the solution is built on top of Elastic Path and deeply integrated with Elastic Path. So at this point, yes, you do. The two work together, and the cool thing is they are set up to work together seamlessly, so you can kind of de-risk some of the go-to-market that might be felt around building more of a customized or unique subscription experience. So the answer is yes.
The other thing to maybe just quickly add there as well is because Elastic Path is so flexible and it's built upon Elastic Path as well, it kind of really helps people get to market really quickly with tried and tested methods, and there's real power with that as well, I think.
Absolutely. I mean, and just hearing the experience with Pixie Labs, that's just one example, but you've really been through the process before. The solution has been through the process before, and it does accelerate time to market for sure. And the last one here, I know we're at 12:01. Can you increase pricing for new customers while keeping existing customers on old pricing?
Yeah, absolutely. So that is the example I showed with having different price books for different volume of purchases. You could just as easily have different price books for, 2021 and a 2022 price book, and you put new customers on the 2022 price book, and you might want to keep some of your favorite customers on the 2021 price book for a little while longer. So yeah, the price books in the Elastic Path is brilliant, and it gives you an incredible amount of flexibility there as well.
Yep, totally agree. I mean, with what you saw in product content management, really what you're seeing there is that products and price books are totally separate. So you can have the same products with different price books assigned to them in unique catalogs. That's a great example of new old customers. We see a lot with loyalty, especially, B2B world, different account tiering, all that good stuff, a lot of flexibility there. All right. Well, thank you to our attendees for sticking with us 2 minutes after. Thank you, Philip, for the great demo, and David for all the support. If anyone has further questions, feel free to reach out. We're happy to answer them, whether it be an Elastic Path team member or someone from Pixie Labs. Have a happy holiday, and we look forward to seeing you next time on All Demo No Pitch. All right. Bye, everybody. Thank you.